Hi, this is Balaji from Vanakkam, Germany. If you're planning to do any kind of self-employment or start a business in Germany, one needs to register your business in Germany. In order to register your business, one needs to fill the particular form called Gewerbeanmeldungsformular in the local Gewerbeamt. In today's video, let me show you how one can fill this form, what are the things to be kept in mind while filling this form, and many more. If you're new to this channel, take a moment to subscribe to this channel to get regular updates. If you're ready, come, let's get started. Our Vanakkam Germany team have already made a set of videos explaining how to start a business in Germany. If you haven't seen any of this video, please check out in our cards to know more in detail. First step is go to the Google and enter Gewerbemeldung with your city name. In my case, I live in the city Ingolstadt. Enter this and you will be redirected to the site where one can download the right form and start entering the details for the registration purpose. So in my case, Gewerbemeldungen Stadt Ingolstadt. You have two possible options to submit this document. Either fill all the details and submit it online, or download the document, fill in all the details, visit the nearest Gewerbeamt in person and submit them. Here one can go click the online option Gewerbeanmeldung online and you will be redirected to a special site where you need to verify yourself and start entering all the details, submitting them online. I personally prefer the second option. The reason behind is, we as a foreigner, there may be some questions which we may be unclear. To make it clear, if you go in person, you can also ask all your questions so that the concerned department people will be answering it and you can re-edit them. If you submit it online and there are some mistakes, then it needs to be again re-edited and submitted online. This may take a little bit longer, which I don't personally prefer. That's the reason, opt for the easiest option, book an appointment, download the document, fill in all the details, go in person, ask all your questions, get it quickly done. If you go in person, the maximum time it takes to get a GEWERBESCHEIN doesn't take more than 15 minutes. So I feel that this is the easiest option in my opinion, because during our time when we were filling the document, we had 2-3 mistakes and we had to recorrect it. Luckily we went in person, they helped us and guided us out as well. The Gewerbeanmeldung document in most of the cities looks almost similar to this. It has 2 pages. The good interesting point is, most of the points needs to be not filled by us for some reason. While filling up the registration form, one needs to make sure the type of legal form one needs to choose. It could be either Sole Proprietorship, UG or GmbH or anything based on the type of business what you would like to set up actually. Based on the type of legal form, it has its advantages and also disadvantages. We also have made a separate video explaining the different legal forms, which you could also watch it in our cards. To make it easier for you to understand how to fill this form, let's assume you want to set up an Einzelunternehmer, which is a solo proprietorship on your name. Let's start entering each of these details. Let's go to the first section, Angaben zu Betriebsinhaber. In English, it's called as the details of the business owner. You as a business owner must enter your personal details and type of the legal form which you are registered for it. The first section, the first field in the first section is name of the legal form entered in any of the trade register or the cooperation register or of the Verein register. If anything is entered, please mention those particular details. Second section is place and number of entry in the Trade Cooperation Association register. This is handles Genossenschaft or the Vereins register. If anything is mentioned, please mention it. Both the fields only need to be filled in if your company is entered in one of the registers as mentioned here. If it's not the case, you can leave both these fields to be empty. This is very important because in the example, what I'm going to explain today is based on a solo proprietorship. So basically you can leave both these things to be empty. Field 3, name of the business if it differs from the register name in the field 1. You can also leave this field blank since no name is entered in one of the register. There can also be no other names as well, right? So you can leave basically 1, 2 and 3 as empty for the solo proprietorship. So next section is Angaben zu Person. It means all the personal information. The fields number from 4 to 11 is self-explanatory, and in my case, let me enter my personal details. Srinivasan Balaji, Geschlecht is männlich, If your name is varied from the birth name, then you have to enter your Geburts name and your birth date. Let me keep, okay, it's not going to be a secret. Let me enter my personal details, where exactly I have been born here. If you are a German citizen, please fill this particular section. If not, enter your citizenship. Indian, then we are removing this thing. Based on your details, you can do it. And this is your personal address. I'm living in Ingolstadt. And also your personal details, email address. If you have a website, you can mention it. This is not important, but still mentioning all the details is always a better choice. Next section, we go to the Angaben Betrieb. This is something, the informations about your company. So the fields number 12 to 14. Field number 12, number of managing partner. This field is relevant only if you're doing a business together as a partnership, only for partnership people. As a solo proprietorship, you have no shareholders. You can also leave this blank to be empty. Field 13, liegt eine Beteiligung der öffentlichen Hand vor. Thus, there is also participation in any kind of public sector. Most likely the public sector, something like city, municipality, federal government is not involved in your company. You can either leave it as 9, or if you're unclear about this, you can also enter as nicht bekannt. Go in person and inquire them what exactly needs to be entered over there. Field number 14, it is something vertretungsberechtigte Person. It means that authorized representative or an operations manager. You can enter his personal details over there so that the people know. Again, this does not apply to any of the solo proprietorship, and this can also be completely left to be blank. So you don't have to, as I said in the beginning, most of the fields in this particular document will not be required for the solo proprietorship. So the next section, Anschriften, Straße, Hausnummer, Postleitzahl und Ort. These are all something related to the addresses. Let's go to the field number 15, Betriebsstätte, where exactly you are operating a business. This refers to the business premises of your company. If you are working from home, you have to enter your home address. Or if you have a separate office to perform all kind of operations, then you can enter this particular address. In our case, Priya is working from home, so we are entering this personal details. Enter all your mobile number, email address and internet address. And field 16 is Hauptniederlassung. It is the head office where exactly you're performing your operations. If the permanent established only one branch, or if it is also different branches do you have, then you have to mention this particular details here. 17 thing, frühere Betriebsstätte. If your former permanent establishment, if you also had established this company in different location, please mention that particular address. In our case, we had only one particular address. We don't have multiple locations, and also we haven't established our business in the past address. So in our case, we enter our details only in the field number 15. Next field, field number 18, angemeldete Tätigkeiten. In English, it's called as a registered activity. This field is particularly important and must be completed in any case. This field cannot be left empty. Please keep this in mind. The following applies. If possible, state your activity in such a way that you do not restrict yourself too much. If you are writing any kind of description in very general manner, there is a probability and there is a possibility that can also be rejected. So make sure to write the kind of activity you will be performing. Taking our case an example, we make videos and release in multiple platforms. If you by any chance mention this Gewerbemeldung releasing videos only in YouTube, you are restricting yourselves to release only in the YouTube platform. You can also release in Instagram or other platforms, but any kind of income which are generated through Instagram, TikTok or any other options, this will not be valid. In our case, we have mentioned creation of an internet content. It means that I can create a content and can be published in any of the internet sites. This was also accepted by the Gewerbemeldung during our registration process. This is a fine example which I can give you in case if you're not very clear what exactly needs to be filled in this particular field. Go and visit the nearest office, inform them the type of business or activity you will be performing, and they will enter the right terms which needs to be filled over here. This field is not only restricted to one kind of business activity. If you're performing many business activities, you can also include all the kind of business activities in the same field number 18. In our case, we we also have mentioned in affiliate marketing, internet Werbung, kind of consultation which we give for the people who are looking for some kind of services here, starting a business or any other thing, or general query. We have mentioned all in this particular field. Okay, let's go to field number 19 here. Wer die Tätigkeit vorerst im Nebenerwerb betrieben. It means that if you are performing this particular activity additional to your main job. Priya is doing this as a main job, so in our case it will be 9. But I am doing this as a Nebengewerbe. If I am filling this particular form, then you also have to enter. There may be many people who is working in a main job and also wanted to experiment their business. For them, they need to fill this particular section as yeah. And here you need to enter the date when exactly you're starting your business. For example purpose, let's make it here you're starting from 1st of January, then you can do it. Then the next section 21, Art des angemeldeten Betriebs, Industry, Handwerk, Handel or Sonstiges. As a blogger, YouTuber or influencer, you fall into the other category, or if you fall in any of this category, you can also cross this particular section into the Industry, Handwerk or Handel. Next thing is Zahl der bei Geschäftsaufnahme tätigen Personen, einschließlich Haushilfen, EG oder Lebenspartner der Inhaber oder ohne Inhaber. It means this number of people working when the business was started. Basically, the question is how many employees you have. If you run your business on your own, then you can enter with at least keine here. So, the next setting is the Anmeldung wird started for something. It's a Hauptniederlassung. As I said, this is the main headquarters for you, or it's just the second company for you. In that case, you can also mark the corresponding fields. In our case, this is mainly a main office, then I'm marking Hauptniederlassung. Next point, field number 20. Field number 25, in the example what I'm currently talking, it's going to be completely a new startup. It has not yet registered. In this case, you can choose the option as Neugründung. Or you just change the legal form. It could be either you're working today as a solo proprietorship and tomorrow you want to do it as a joint partnership, then you're changing the legal form. It's called Wechsel der Rechtsform. Then you can cross this particular thing. So for example, I said I'm talking about Neugründung. It's a startup you're going to establish. So click this Neugründung, then the field is done. Next section, falls der Betriebsinhaber für die angemeldete Tätigkeit eine Erlaubnis benötigt, in der Handwerksrolle einzutragen oder Ausländer ist, der eine Aufenthaltstitel benötigt. It means that if you have any kind of special kind of permissions for the type of business you are performing here. The point number 28 refers to liegt eine Erlaubnis vor. Do you have the permission to run the business which you have mentioned in the above columns here? For example, if you're a restaurant owner, you need to have a special kind of license or permissions. Or if you are a taxi driver, then you also need to have a special kind of Führerschein. I don't know how that for taxi driver works. If you're a craftsman, if you're a lawyer, or if you're working as a tax consultant on a private basis, then you need to also have a special license to perform this particular business. So based on the activities, whatever you are entered here, the Gewerbeamt will also be checking out whether you need it or not need it. In case if you need to have it, then you need to also say that when exactly this certificate has been provided. For example, if you're doing some kind of insurance consultations, then you need to also have a valid insurance certificate according to thing. Or you are an Immobilienvermittler or a house loan consultant, they need to have kind of special Gewerbeordnung things. And then then it must be mentioned over here explicitly. If in our case we are just doing basic internet services, it means that we are making YouTube videos, publicizing in various mediums. For us, we don't need any kind of special permission. Then in my case, I click the 9. Section 29, it is for the people, you liegt eine Handwerkskarte vor. It means do you have any kind of special craft card? Since you don't run any kind of craft business, you can also leave this particular section as empty. Nur für Ausländer, die einen Aufenthaltstitel benötigt. Do you have a valid visa? Yes, then may I attach your visa copy and submit to them. Or section 31, enthält der Aufenthaltstitel eine die Erwerbstätigkeit betreffende Auflage oder Beschränkung? Is there any kind of restrictions mentioned in this particular visa that you should not perform this kind of business activity here? If it is explicitly mentioned, then please do mark it as yeah, and also say what exactly it's not allowed for cases. Most of the people will be doing a business here. They must be having a valid visa, and most of the cases they'll be having a PR, then they can do multiple jobs. Then they, in their visa, they must also have a section called Erwerbstätigkeit gestattet. It means that you are legally allowed to do a business, do a self-employment, whatever in your case is going to be, then it is possible. Then so accordingly, do entweder click the yes or no and then submit to the Gewerbeamt. And the last thing, enter the detail or date when exactly you're filling this particular form. Also make your signature here. Once you have filled all the details in this particular form, you can submit it in the Gewerbeamt and they will be entering it into their system, and they will be giving this kind of particular paper with a small seal from this from the respective start actually. And this is exactly called this Gewerbeschein, which is a valid registration certificate through which you can do your business in Germany. If you don't have this kind of paper and doing any kind of business activity, there is a high probability that you may get caught by someone, either the Gewerbeamt or the Finanzamt, and they can also impose some kind of fines on you actually. So I recommend you people, if you're doing any kind of activity, it could be either teaching a German class or doing any kind of craft works or doing any kind of consultation, do this simple registration work. This way it saves all your time. In case if you want to extend the business activities, it's not a big deal. Go to the same Gewerbeamt, fill the form once again, mention the type of new activities which you're going to perform, and they will be re-editing it. In this case, you will be getting a new colored paper which says that it is also you have registered your business with the new activities. This may be having a small cost of another 15 to 20 euros more for just adding up the new business activities. So keep in mind that you're not restricted to only one time filling this particular form. Rather, you can fill multiple times one after the other if you're changing your address or if you're changing the if you're changing anyone's name here, any kind of activities, everything can be done at the same Gewerbeamt, and this is a very easiest task, what I would say actually. I see many people post their advertisements in social media mentioning the teaching German classes, doing some kind of craft activities, selling some kind of foods and etc. actually. One important thing, if you do any kind of business activity without registering in the local Gewerbeamt, this is considered as an illegal. Kindly make sure to register your business in the local Gewerbeamt. Also, some people think that I don't earn too much. I earn only 100 euros per month or even 50 euros per month. They said, why should I need to register it? Keep in mind, according to the Gewerbeordnung, any kind of activity which is not registered and performed in Germany is considered to be an illegal. Please make a note of this point and also inform this to your friends. That's it for today. I hope now you understood how one can fill this particular document and how one can register in the local city and everything. If you like this video, do not forget to like and share this video to your friends. I will catch you in one other interesting video. Until then, bye bye from Vanakkam, Germany, Balaji.